Hey guys, it's Drew here at the top of the episode. So this week we ran long again, so I just kind of split it into two parts instead of having one 2-hour video. So to catch up with last time, Fitch and Earthmover, they got in the carriage with Billy. They had a bit of a discussion on their faiths and what gods they follow. They told him the tale of meeting Ia-chan and most of what they did on the Fey Plain and in Great Tree. Past a carriage with some goblins in it who they were able to assume are heading to Middletown. Then once they were in the town of Seawood, they dropped their carriages off at a barn area, and then they got some rooms at the Come On Finn, which is a tavern/inn in town. And they heard the piano man tell them two ballads of heroes, one about the wizard Agathorn, and the other one to give more detail about the Phantom who showed up a while back when Gerald and Fitch were on their way back from the Memory Vault. And now let's dive right back on in.
Do you want to do anything down at the bar area?
Yeah, I may just as well talk to people. I'm not going to buy a drink, and I'm going to fight Thitch off with a stick if he tries to get in this gold purse.
Okay. So
Hey!
at the bar, you notice, three women sitting there. One of them is a half-elf who is wearing sort of a leather armor. The second one is a tiefling who has a cape that looks like it was woven out of leaves. And then the third one is a human who's wearing sort of a dark cloak.
We're going way, way, way north, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. So if we were going to get someone on our entourage, they're coming a long way with us.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make sure it's not an insufferable person. Howdy there.
Who do you say? Did you just shout that at the bar?
Were they sitting all near each other, or were they just all at the bar?
Yeah, like they're, I guess, sitting more or less next to each other. Oh, and they have like a Broadway musical number about how they're seeking adventure and opportunity.
I don't get that one.
No, but wouldn't that be fun if they did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
What kind of way needs to be broad?
Yeah, wait a minute. Think about it. You guys are right now at a tavern, and you're trying to hire someone to like leave their, life, their old life, and join your crazy adventure. You could sing "To the Other Side" from.
Greatest Showman.
Yes, thank you.
Why do I know that?
Yeah, I mean,
It's literally the only song from that
Why do
musical
you
I
know
know.
yeah, I mean, it is the best song in the album, but that's beside the point. Anyway,
Oh.
you just kind of say that to the bar then?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they sort of look over at you, then they all assume that you're probably talking to the bartender who does look up. Yeah, mate, what can I get you?
Oh no, I was talking to these fine, adventuring-looking types here.
And so that kind of piques their interest. And the half-elf says, yes, what might you be interested in?
We are going on an exceptional journey. It's a bit far, but we are tracking down the planar gems.
Never heard of her.
Oh, let me tell you, I'm going to launch into a ridiculous nerdgasm of words about arcane geology, but specifically the planar gems.
Billy pulls out his guitar and says, you want to do this in song form?
Oh gosh.
I will not be singing, but if you would like to tell previous stories about them and their immortal sins.
Well, if you want, we can do this maybe like a bit of a spoken word thing. Like, I just sort of accompany you based on sort of the tone of what you're saying.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
you know what? I'm not great at public speaking.
And by the way, Fitz,
Neither am I.
yeah, well, now that Gerald's gone, you have the highest charisma. Well, not counting Hilly.
Oh dear.
That's so sad.
That's. Is that good? Hold on.
How high is it?
Yeah, I have
16, right?
16.
Yeah.
That's charisma plus 3 modifier.
Oh, jeez. I got a 13. I barely have a teen scorning charisma.
Do you want me to roll?
The
I don't know what to say.
the tiefling says, "So are you going to sing or not?"
If Billy wants to sing like one of the heralds about us or anything about the planar gems, I'm not going to stop him. But I'm not singing.
Yeah, he's just like
Same
okay,
here.
Huddle up. Okay, I've got a plan.
Okay,
Okay, I'll play the.
we should have done this before we initiated conversation.
Yes. Did you know that you could do this? Like, before you engage in encounters, you can make a plan first.
Ridiculous.
Yes, this revelation.
Absolutely absurd notion.
This revelation hit me when I was in the woods that I just decided to sign on with some random adventurers and didn't think it through first. I realized that maybe if I thought it through first, things would have gone differently. So anyway,
You know the funniest part of any of this conversation is that the most veteran player out of everyone that's been on this podcast was Paul. And what did we do with Paul? We made an actual plan. When we went in and he did what was it, a Thunder Wave or whatever it was, and that's a Pokemon move.
yeah, he
Well, Thaumaturgy,
yeah,
that's
he
what it
combined
was.
thaumaturgy with like your threatening presence to make it seem like you were about to collapse the cave.
Yeah. It's like, oh, what's that? An actual plan?
Okay.
We've only ever done that once.
Okay, tell you what, how about this? You guys take turns sort of filling them in with various details about the plan, while I just sort of play the musical accompaniment.
That works.
If you want, I can also make like some small allusions to like accompany what you're saying.
Okay.
Okay. And break.
Okay, good. God.
Yeah, so, go ahead. I guess just start in, like, we don't need to go through all the details, but in the general sense, what do you tell them?
We have reason to suspect, based on the divinations of a wizard, that something's coming to collect the planar gems. Probably not a lizard. Yeah. Something's coming to collect them. They're going to wreak havoc. And so what we're trying to do is prevent that from happening.
Fitch, what do you want to add?
You must do it.
Also, if you stare longingly into some of the crystals, you can attune to them and enhance your abilities, which is cool. It's pretty neat.
What do you want me to add about? Sorry. Like, you want me to add more details about the planar gems?
If you want to.
They're powerful and they should not fall in the wrong hands.
The
We're gonna gather the.
the tiefling woman says, "You guys just came from the 50-mile woods, right?
Yep.
Did you happen to eat any wild mushrooms while you were in there?"
No, absolutely not. I can prove to you that these are real. And I'm gonna pull out the earthen gem. I'm gonna keep a firm grasp on it if someone tries to steal it. But I'm gonna hold up the earthen gem.
Yeah, that the human woman leans in and says,
Or did I leave that in the chest?
I think you specified that you brought that with you because you were going to learn how to use it.
Yeah, that's right. I was going to attune to that one. I left the Fey gem in the chest, though.
Huh. Is that a real gemstone?
I mean, does anyone have a jeweler's kit?
Interesting. And her eyes kind of go wide looking at it.
Yeah. See, I told you.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Her eyes go wide looking at a gem. I ain't saying she's a gold digger.
And by the way, she is wearing a black robe.
Yeah, that's roguish. I don't know if I want her steal my precious. Shouldn't put those words in conjunction when I have gray skin.
The half-elf woman says, so basically, you're going around collecting these planar gems, as you call them,
Yes.
to prevent someone else from collecting them.
Yes.
And destroying probably everyone. I don't know. It's really up to them. But it's most likely going to be bad. And really, would you rather someone else that doesn't know you and probably evil get these powerful objects to potentially destroy you?
We don't know you either.
Okay. Billy knows this one. We, rather than massacring a goblin town, because we actually turned them into a union because they were literally going after this gem in particular for a guy named Ab. They didn't know they were going after this gem. They thought they were working towards goblin freedom, and in fact he was using them, and we gave them their own freedom. Have you heard of Minnolt Town?
I'm gonna have a roll make history checks. Because, at this point, the tales of your deeds have been spreading.
Yeah.
And also, probably not the best to start by saying, yeah, we could have slaughtered these guys, but we didn't.
Well, to say, rather than murdering them, because that's a terrible, terrible thing to do, they were doing evil things, right? That's why I kind of backtracked onto they were literally trying to hunt this down for a power-crazed maniac. So rather than, stopping them from doing that with violence, which an evil person would do, or a murder hobo, which is arguably as bad, we said, hey, rather than trying to get freedom from this guy that's using you, get your own freedom.
Yes. Okay, so the woman in the dark cloak says, yes, I think I did hear that something about Minnolt Town is on the rise again with an organized group of goblins. And,
Yeah, that was us.
And the bartender says, oh yeah, a small group of goblins just came through yesterday.
I saw them on their way out.
Ah, okay. Yeah, they mentioned something about some dude that once stomped on a goblin, but now he's good.
That would also be me. That was prior to learning that they weren't doing it out of their own interests and that they weren't just inherently being evil and they were being tricked.
Yes, the woman who says, "Oh, you stepped on a goblin," you say.
Yes.
Why?
In hindsight, it's a good question. It's a good question. I don't have a good answer for.
Huh.
Good people do evil things sometimes. That's probably the only instance. Did we kill the Nothic?
Yes.
We did kill the Nothic, okay. But Nothics are chaotic evil.
Hey, that one was doing poetry.
I don't care if it was doing poetry, it was trying to eat us.
Well,
That
you're
was
wrong.
that was definitively self-defense. Killing the goblin that was trying to get away, killing the rat guy that was trying to get away. No, those were not. Those were bloodthirst.
Yeah. I imagine you don't say all of that out loud.
No.
Yes. So the tiefling's gonna say, so if we were to join you, or one of us, are you trying to hire all three of us?
I don't think we have enough gold for that, so probably just one of you.
Okay. So what kind of offer can you make?
Fitch, how much gold do you have? We're back to another huddle.
Oh gosh.
Well, if you guys want to see this as like a corporation style thing, if they're becoming a partner, you could offer her a share in the company.
That's true.
What?
Yeah, to get like a cut of future profits.
Well, that works.
Yeah.
But that would just be really for this one adventure. So, I mean, you need to pay her in advance for even coming along in the first place. She can't have the planar gem. That's off the table. How How much gold do you have? I have 51. It's not. It's
Good question.
What do you mean, good question?
How much gold do I have?
What do you mean?
I have one number, and all I have is minus 100, minus 4, minus this, minus 5, plus 64.
Why have you not just kept track of this number?
Because then we did the switch, the body switch.
We didn't spend any money in the Fey plane.
I don't even know how you would have spent money.
I know I at least have 1 gold.
That doesn't bode well. Have you had enough money to pay for all the things we've done in
Yes,
the
that
episode
I know.
so far?
I know okay. From what I remember,
Just give me the numbers. No, just give me the numbers. I've got out my handy dandy TI-84 plus CE. Just do it. Just.
let's see.
Okay, apparently what you guys really need is an accountant, not another gunsmith.
Yes, someone to keep track of our stuff. What happens? Give us our little daily itinerary.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, that would probably count as a skilled laborer, so that'd be 2 gold per day. Plus hazard pay.
I don't want hazard pay for a freaking.
Actually,
No.
well, as long as you don't ask him to come into a dungeon with you, he probably wouldn't have the right to demand hazard pay. Oh, by the way, the game's on pause right now, and I'm not gonna make you guys just stand there frozen, like, searching through your pockets, just like, what can we offer him?
I got you $1.
I mean, you probably are doing that, but it's probably not taking the same amount of time as...
No, because we actually know how much gold we have.
Well, actually,
Bitch.
Twitch does count differently.
It counts differently. Oh no. He's gonna give me a number and I'm not gonna know what it means. He's gonna be like, I've got about schmevelly 3. What does that mean? Schmevelly 3? What do you mean, what does it mean? It's a number.
Try, Drew, if you can help me out just a little bit.
What do you need? Poof.
Let's see. You posted my number in the chat, how much gold I had, right?
At one point.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to remember where it was.
I mean, I
I
know
feel
I
like
told
it
you
was
your starting
pinned.
gold.
Huh?
I mean, at one point I told you your starting gold, but...
Let's see.
This is a number you should have kept track of.
Okay. Just a reminder, Andreas and I just... how much gold do your characters have? That was June 9th.
I may not have ever taken a note ever.
About my gold.
Yeah, Andres, that is one thing you keep track of, right? How much gold you
Yes.
have? Okay.
That's like the one thing that I keep track of religiously.
Yeah.
My equipment section is less regulated than my gold. which is really surprising considering how much I like to improvise. Oh yeah, did I have to give back that key to the Sigil Inn door?
No, you got to keep that.
Cool.
But you didn't get to keep the library books. You had to put those back.
Yeah, I know. They didn't trust me to return them? Not once you leave the tree, no. I'm gonna die in the forest.
Yeah, you know, they lose more books on manticores than they do anywhere else. For some reason, the specific magical books from that library aren't affected by, like, the manticore saddle. So they fall out.
You could, Chris?
I don't know how much gold I have.
What do you mean?
I can't find it. Don't even know anymore.
No. This calls for drastic measures.
Okay, first,
What?
for starters, Andreas, how much gold do you have?
No. I have 51 right now.
Okay. Do you guys just want to say that Thitch has 25?
Alright, no, I can't. I can't do it. I can't find it either. Let's just say 25 and move on.
Alright,
Okay.
gonna reset that.
Write that down. You know what? And keep track of it.
Alright.
Okay, and we're back. And we just established that Thitch has 25 gold.
Let's just pin that. Let's pin it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there we
Okay,
go.
so right now the party has 76 gold plus physical assets.
Yep. Alright. So that gives us a little over... That does get 76 gold in total. I don't want to give all of that away.
And you also don't know anything about these three women.
No, literally nothing.
For all you know, they could just be, I don't know, ship workers.
Yeah. I'm going for personality before skill on some level. So I would rather have someone that is trustworthy and incompetent than someone who is exceptionally competent but also going to steal it from us. On some
True.
level, I would rather at least have someone that's nice if they're going to do a bad job. So,
Well, it's basically the
I
opposite
wanna
of
make
what
it-
you had with Alicia. Like, she was extremely competent, but also extremely rude.
yes. I want to make an insight check to see who has the least rancid vibe or the best vibes here.
Well, how do you mean that? Are you talking about, like, physical cleanliness?
No. Like who seems the most trustworthy of this group?
You're gonna have to interview him a little bit to determine that.
Fair enough. So, what lines of work are you all from?
Well, we all do happen to be adventurers, just passing through this town.
You all work with each other before, or
No, we just happen to meet each other on the road.
let's see?
Yes. And so the tiefling speaks up and says, "Hello, my name is Pyra." Andreas, if this is something, if you're gonna write anything down, maybe you should write down their names at least.
Well, Pyra, I'm gonna remember.
Okay, the half-elf says, "My name is Zoe," and then the human says, "My name is Luna."
Those I won't remember. Those I should write down.
Okay.
All right, so we've got Pyra, Zoe, and Luna. So I'm going to go ahead and look at Pyra and say, so what kinds of adventures have you gone on in the past?
Well, let's see now. My most recent adventure... Well, I just came back from the sea, where we were exploring a chain of islands out west of here. Let's see now, and while there we were able to fight off we found a bit of a pirate hideout, and we were able to clear that out and claim the treasure. And then we were able to deliver the 2 remaining people to the Navy.
Okay.
Yes, we had to kill 3 of them, and then they also had some undead working for them.
I see. I'm gonna look at Fitch a little sketchily. Not because of the work that was done, but because I'm wondering if Fitch has ever run into these people before, and what kind of things he might know about it.
Can I roll for it?
Um,
Or unless you have definitive proof that it was us, but
I mean,
Well, she didn't kill us.
yeah.
that's true. I mean, she could have, I could have been half dead, and she would have thought, "Oh, he's dead."
Alternate timeline.
I mean, is it part of your backstory already that a thing like that happened?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yes, and he says, my role is that I'm a bit in touch with nature, so I was able to use my powers to provide both healing and to strike down my foes.
Okay. All right.
Do you sort of inquire with the others too?
Yeah. So I guess Zoe's probably next.
Yes, okay, so Zoe says, well, yes, just recently I was part of a group who raided a mansion where there was a group of cultists attempting to perform a dark magic ritual on a young child.
Oh.
Wow.
Yes, I am both a warrior and a student of the arcane, so I'm able to bring both sword and spell to a fight.
A touch of magic is always appreciated.
Yes. And then Luna, the human, says, and I'm a cleric, is I suppose what you would call me. I am in touch with the gods of the higher planes, and they have lent me their aid.
To what god do you, or from what god do you draw your power?
Well, in particular, I serve the god. Let me double check this. I serve the god of Orsai. I grew up in the south, in the land of Gypti, and he is a god who judges the dead based on their actions in life.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out if we're ready to try and convene on an answer here. If we should ask more questions. Because if nothing else, it would be nice to get more information about Gypti from Luna. Considering we're going.
Do any of them know about the planar gems?
No,
Already?
No. They all seem skeptical and confused when we mentioned them.
Oh, okay.
Unless they're, hiding that from us, but I don't think they would have.
They're evil.
They're the ones. It's them. One of them's gonna come with us. The other 2 are gonna tail us, and when we get there, they're gonna jump us. It's gonna be a whole thing. Campaign over. And murder us, and then we're gonna have to fight them.
No, then you have to take over their characters.
Oh no! We'll take the other side of the story. That'd be fun.
That'd be
Yeah, you know those characters you were playing that were like trying to stop the takeover of the world. Yeah, now you are on the other side of that. You are trying to take over the world with them, and you're the characters you were.
What does that mean for the Union, though?
To go crush the Union.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, so I guess we start evaluating the pros and cons of each of the services they would be able to provide us.
Can you type it in chat, each of them?
Yeah, so we got seafaring, half demon, heals and damages with fire. You've got that is Pyra.
I didn't say anything about fire.
Didn't you?
No.
Oh, I could have sworn you did. Oh no, it's that they burned their ship.
No.
You said literally nothing about fire. That's just internal bias. Okay, got it. We've got the half elf. I spelled half with an E. Half elf.
No, you spell it with an H.
I think elf is spelled with an F, but we the half elf. She took out a cultist group that was doing things to children. Anti-child hurting. Oh no, I know who might be in there. Ethiopian Gem, a part of that cult ring that you busted, Zoe?
Who?
Ethiopian Gem. My character doesn't know this.
Then I'm going to assume you don't ask that in character.
No. No. Cool. And that is. Or she uses magic. Half elf. Anti-child hurting cult stopper. Wait. And then we've got Luna, who brings down divine smites and blessings. That is Luna. So those are our options.
Okay. Do any of them? I'm assuming Zoe knows message.
Maybe we could ask. Do you perhaps know message? It's a deal breaker with arcanists. But no, what seems like the good option here? We got someone that can do heal and hurt. We've got magic, and then we have godly powers.
What? Okay. I'll ask this after.
Well, if the god is more to judge the dead, then right, that was verse Crap. Is it Uso?
Orsai.
Orsai. Isn't that the barbarian guy? Should I make a religion check to try and remember that? Would I even know that?
So, do you guys want to ask him anything else? Or?
So we've got a cleric, a generic magic user, I'm going to assume sorcerer or wizard. Or potentially druid, because half-elf, but that seems phoned in. And we just dealt with druids. Well, then again, we just had a sorcerer, so maybe wizard. And then I'm still not entirely sure what Pyra's deal is. Is she a fighter? What let me go ahead and ask Pyra. So what primary tool do you use to deal with foes?
Like I told you, I'm in touch with nature. And I use that power.
I missed that part.
In particular, I suppose nature of the plane of dreams and how such things affect the waking world.
So she mentioned a mechanism. I just didn't pay attention. So we've got a druid, or maybe a ranger, but probably a druid. A wizard, I assume. A wizard or a sorcerer or something in that vein. I feel like Zoe would have mentioned working for a higher power if she was a warlock. So I assume she's not a warlock.
I mean, I wouldn't mind another a ranged person, but actually, hold on. Which one of them? Let's check our stats. I actually kind of want to balance out our stats here.
Okay. Mine are low. They're just in general low. I think my highest stat's a 16.
Which one's your highest? Okay, so I'm focusing Dex and Charisma. Charisma's sort of there, but mostly Dex. Which one are you?
I'm Intelligence Constitution, I guess.
Okay. Which one has the highest Wisdom?
We need someone perceptive. So we can pretty much guarantee that Pyra is going to be high Wisdom.
Are you going to give them a logic puzzle?
No, if Pyra is a druid, right, if she calls upon nature, or if she's a ranger, those are both Wisdom builds.
A high Wisdom Ranger. Whichever's the highest.
Well, either one of those would be high Wisdom.
So I guess what we could also
And
do is
so
bring into a range and then tell them to see how accurately they can shoot.
Well, I mean, so Luna would be a cleric, right? She said explicitly cleric.
Yes.
So that's also Wisdom. So either one of those, if they're efficient at their job, which I assume that they are because they're not dead, would have a high Wisdom.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to say that Luna was a human. Not that we're racist, but, you know.
If you
You
want,
asked,
you can
I
also
answered.
ask them about their backstories.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Did any of you grow up in an orphanage?
Pyra says, I spent some time... no, wait, wrong one. Sorry. I mean to say that, Luna says, I spent some time in an orphanage when I was young, but I found it to not be very well suited to what I needed, so I left and had to fend for myself for a while.
I see.
But now I do make sure to send some of my earnings from my adventures back to the orphanage to make sure that the children are being fed.
Alright.
That seems like a kind enough thing. We don't have to worry about it. The classic D&D background. I was raised in an orphanage and had to learn how to fend for myself, being, roguish and steely. So yeah. So we've got one orphanage person, but probably not problematic orphanage person. So that's, is that the only negative character trope I'm aware of? Yes.
Andreas, roll me an intelligence check.
Oh, good.
If you roll high, I'll give you a clue of what to ask.
Fair enough. Oh, that's, question mark, 19? Yes.
19 plus your intelligence?
No, total.
Okay. Yeah, with a 19, you realize you don't know why any of them left their former parties.
Yeah. That's a fair enough question.
Yes.
Initially I was going to ask what their roles in their previous parties were, which might have eventually ended up leading to that information on its own, but then they gave that information freely, so I didn't have to ask.
Okay, so do you ask them all that?
Yeah. Yeah, so where are your parties now? Why aren't you with them?
Pyro goes first and says, well, after our boat docked, we had some internal disputes while we were on the island, and we all deemed it appropriate if we were to split up. I was part of the group that wanted to spare the pirates, whereas some of the others thought that we should have just all left them there for dead. Then Zoe says, well, I am the only survivor of my party. The mansion fell down around us as we were escaping, and I was the only one to make it out.
I see.
And then Luna says, I'm not completely sure what happened to them.
That does not bode well.
I just woke up one morning and they weren't there.
Oh my.
That's concerning. That's a red flag. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm obviously not saying that out loud.
Have you ruled one of them out then?
Probably ruled out Luna. She had a creepy voice too. Although then again, so did Luna Lovegood. So maybe that shouldn't be too much of a factor. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Zoe, what caused the mansion to fall down?
Well, from the reports I received, the mansion wasn't there one day and was there the next, so it was probably being held together by some sort of spell. So after we took down the cultists, the spell was no longer operating.
Ah, yeah, that'll do it. So, you said you're the only survivor. It's not like it all got sucked somewhere else and you were the only one to make it out. You were the only one that actually lived from the thing falling down on you.
Well, I was able to save the child.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Is that child in an orphanage? He better know how to fend for himself. Okay. So we've got the options of someone that was in a conflict, and then, like the fact that there was a party conflict that resulted in a dissolution isn't entirely encouraging. The fact that we literally don't know the whereabouts of one of the parties that split up is very, very concerning. Her party just disappeared. I don't like that. It's a bad omen.
Oh, by the way, Luna has not stopped smiling the entire time.
Oh, no. Creepy. No. Bad. No. See, it's not a wistful Luna Lovegood. It's a creepy this Luna. I don't know any other Lunas. It's seeming like Zoe might be the best choice here. I do hesitate, though, because that is the least likely person to have a high wisdom, so we're still not going to have a perceptive group. Necessarily. I mean, she might have, if wizards, a classic wizard is wisdom intelligence, so we might still have good perception there. But my passive perception's a 12, and it's not great. What do you think?
Luna has the, hold on. Luna has the highest passive perception.
Luna or Pyra probably have a higher perception because they are probably a druid and definitely a cleric. Which
I think we should pick Pyra.
You think Pyra?
Yeah.
Okay. Pyra is a demonstratively strong fighter, and is from what we have seen able to carry out acts even if she disagrees with them, which compromisable in terms of like able to make compromises, which is nice. But at the same time, the fact that party ended up dissolving due to a conflict over what was theoretically a compromise, or maybe not a compromise because they still ended up killing people. Yeah.
Oh, which one's the most passive? Which one would you say is?
I would say that Zoe has probably been the most passive. Considering Luna, Luna has been staring at us and smiling, apparently.
Well,
Doesn't bode well.
open smile or closed smile?
Yeah, that's true. Lips or teeth?
Closed smile.
Lips or... Huh?
Closed smile.
Okay.
Closed?
That's significantly less creepy.
Yeah, I was like...
It's no welcome to bossing say, but it's still ain't
okay,
great.
wide eyes or normal eyes?
Wide
Yeah,
eyes.
like giddy or... Oh, no.
And she blinks. She doesn't blink both eyes at the same time.
Oh, that's
no,
terrifying.
I'm kidding. She blinks normally.
Oh, I can't ask that question because my character wouldn't know, and it's probably racist.
What?
So, what's your demonic heritage there, Pyra? No. My character wouldn't know to ask that question or know what the answers mean. And also, that's probably racist.
Hey, make a religion check.
Oh, good. Religion, one of the things that my character... Oh, and I rolled low. Let's see.
Religion check? Oh!
Oh, that's right. Religion's intelligence. That's a 7.
Okay. Yeah.
So what?
Yeah. That was more for Earth Mover. But anyway.
Oh, never mind. Alright, cool.
You've heard rumors before that tieflings descend from, like, devils or demons, but you don't know what to make of it.
Okay. I'm not even sure if it's true.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Is it true that you were birthed from the loins of Satan? I'm not asking that question.
She gets up and leaves.
I'm thinking it, but I'm not going to say it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. In the back of my mind. The deep recesses of my mind, that thought is bouncing around like a Windows screensaver. Okay. I think I can safely rule out Zoe, so at this point it's between Pyra and... I can safely rule out Luna. It's between Pyra and Zoe.
And what was the bad thing about Zoe?
Not guaranteed to have wisdom. But other than that, I think she's probably the better choice.
Let me roll for it. See if we.
Do a kind of like a high-low or something.
Yeah. High or low?
Uh,
Who's high, who's low?
I'd say Pyra high, Zoe low.
It's loading. Wow. That's a 1.
That's a very strong vote for Zoe from the dice.
Let's do like 5 more.
That's an even number.
6 more.
Jeez. They're all ones. They're just all ones.
Well, then again, there's a 20 in that mix. But other than that, it's 1, 6, 17, 3, 11, 20, 1.
So 2 ones, and that's 4 out of 7. With the did you say a 6 and a 4, or a 7 and
6 and a 3, 17, 11.
Yeah.
On the high end, it's 11, 17, and 20. Low end, 1, 1, 3, 6.
Yeah, that sounded like a strong vote of confidence for Zoe from the dice.
Okay. So you guys tell Zoe that you're interested?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so she stands up, straightens her armor, and says, "Okay.
I'm the evil one!
No.
Yeah.
So, what kind of compensation can you offer me? Do you have dental?"
I do, in fact, have teeth. Thank you for
good.
noticing.
Because that was a problem with my last group. One of the guys just didn't have teeth. I think that he actually was just completely made of wood. Creepiest thing ever.
Imagine being an Alron and literally not having teeth. They don't even have to eat, do they?
Okay,
They just kind of
anyway.
stand in the sun a little while.
Yeah, anyway, so, tell you what. So, how do you wish to compensate me? Do you want to pay me a flat fee each week, or perhaps a cut of the, party gold?
I would say a cut of the rewards from the adventures we go.
What can you offer me? What percent?
Like,
Don't we get paid by the government?
That was just a one-time thing.
Oh, dang. Okay.
that was for saving an entire branch of the yeah.
Right.
Well, branch was a generous term back then.
Yeah.
It's kind of like getting paid as an external evaluator for a grant.
Okay.
So we have 75. So like talking amongst ourselves, we have 75 gold. What can we legitimately offer?
Alcohol.
Alcohol. Ooh, that's true. We basically have a traveling minibar.
Yeah.
So would that be like a signing bonus, or would that be like an amenity?
That's pretty much an amenity.
Yep.
Like we're not gonna run out anytime soon unless you like are on your third liver or something here. So I mean, there's that, and then I mean, even split of the reward, right? I mean, well, probably not necessarily even, slightly less than even.
Yeah, because I'm
Right.
I'll let you guys know that she is at third level.
Third level, okay. So third to fifth, if that's 10 and 3 is 13. Oh, gross. 13, so I'm not doing that. Let's do 12, so that's nice and even. So it's 2/12. That's 1/6. That's 16%. That seems a little low. Let's say 20%.
20%, and I'll be joining the four of you?
Yes. Does Billy get any of the reward? Billy's reward is he gets to get the tails firsthand.
Yes.
So he doesn't get monetary compensation. He gets.
But it probably doesn't help your
Right.
negotiating angle to tell them that there's a volunteer on staff.
Well, he's not a huh? He's 20%.
20% of gold and items?
Well, so obviously not the planar gem.
Okay, that's fair.
But I would have to say, as we come across items, it's typically whoever acquires them is the one who keeps them in our party. Now, if there's obviously a loot stockpile that has many that we all come across, that'll be split roughly even 20%.
Do you have any? Well, what kind of treasures have you found so far?
Boy, howdy. I'm not going to pull out the bear lure. Not doing that.
That's non-negotiable.
Oh, great. The what's it called?
Frying pan?
We had some. Yes, the frying pan. We got a +1 frying pan. The translating glass, the waterproofed bag.
For the last time, that bag is not magical.
No, I know, but it's still a nice bag.
Yep.
She didn't ask about magic loot.
Yep.
She just asked about loot. What kind of items have we acquired? It's a waterproof bag. We have those as people in this universe. I would like it to be magical. I'm thinking about getting it magically waterproof just to spite you. As I look through my list, I realize that most of my interesting items are just different kinds of alcohol. And that's not even a joke.
So you mentioned
You're
you
welcome.
have just a traveling bar with you. Do you have any exotic alcohols you can offer me as a perhaps signing bonus?
We've got some elven ale. I have, which is
Orcish ale.
We've got whatever that alcohol was. Halfling beer. We have giant vodka, but I don't know that I would trust anyone smaller than me with that at all. Like just for like not dying.
Hey! Oh, no, wrong way. There.
Yeah. We had where do we put the halfling wine?
That's,
I think that.
is that still in the carriage?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, I really hope that the stable hands don't get into that. That'd suck. But yeah, no. In terms of like a subsidy package, that level of alcoholic variety is probably not bad
Yep.
if you like to drink.
Okay, tell you what. I'll take that water-resistant bag you were talking about. I want to hold on to that.
Okay.
We'll take that as a gesture of goodwill.
Okay. I handed over. It didn't have anything in it thus far. Actually, Fitch has a good number of stuff too. So there's the I guess that's literally just my gear. So he's got his stuff as well. That's just the stuff that I have collected through our adventures. He has a bag of holding and all other kinds of things like that. But Dad is currently housing 2 zombies, so definitely not gonna let her hold on to that one.
You also do have a stubble,
Anyway.
couple daggers, spike, a great club.
Spike?
Yep, a spike.
It's not a spike. Spike is my alchemical thing.
Oh, right. You also have a great club that's listed separately from Bone Crusher.
Yeah, no, because that was my starting equipment.
Okay. Do you want to offer that?
I mean, it's not magic. It's just a club. If she wants to hold on to it, she can.
Okay, nice.
I don't think I've used it since. I go straight to the power hammer.
So she says, very well then, and she draws forth her sword and says, by my blade, I do accept the terms of this partnership and shall join with this party.
Tally ho then.
Well, I've been Coach and Dungeon Master Drew, and I'm being joined by...
Earth Mover.
And
That's it.
that.